And good evening. Isn't it odd I always start these things off with a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, since I have no idea when you guys are watching these videos? Random thought. I literally have no idea what I'm going to talk about tonight. Today was really uninteresting as far as life goes. A lot of watching stuff online and not much else. I am doing something different today, and I'm using some proper lighting. Hopefully it's not too noisy. I've got a one of my studio lights with a giant beauty dish on there because, you know, I want to look beautiful. Kind of been looking at maybe buying some, maybe buying an LED light or two for this little rig. It's just so I've got some consistent lighting because a lot of times I don't and it looks like squat. So I figured, hey, you know what? Might as well try using some of the gear I got today. Speaking of today, I guess I have something to talk about a little bit. After my experience last weekend of hauling my crap out and, you know, a couple times out of my house to my car and doing the bug off thing, did it once again, the sort of reevaluating my possessions. I've done this a couple times in life where I've kind of the whole, like, what's really important. I did it when I moved down to California. Basically took 16 years living in Seattle and condensed it down to a 8-foot by 5-foot by 5-foot U-Haul trailer, and that's what I brought. And since I moved in this place a couple years ago, I've sort of been on the, you know, mass collection of possessions again. And not a lot of stuff, but I sort of feel like I've got too much junk and stuff that I don't use. So I am throwing stuff for sale up on Craigslist. I've got a couple of my guitars up for sale. I threw a couple lenses up. It's just stuff I don't use. It's just kind of, I don't like being weighed down by possessions if I don't need them. And I just kind of feel like maybe I can use, you know, put that value to, you know, better use for somewhere else. Like with the camera lenses, I'm basically getting rid of a couple ultra wides. I have a 35mm for my 645 camera that I really only used once. When I bought that, because my 645 sort of became my primary camera, I stopped shooting with anything else when I bought that camera. And I wanted something that was wide, and I kind of figured I'll be able to use wide for landscapes. The thing is, the 645 is not a good walk-around camera. It's a beast. You know, walk around with that in the public. I've had people eyeball me up left and right, seeing whether can I take that guy and get the camera away from him. And it's just a monster to be, you know, out shooting. I used it when I went to primarily went to Death Valley a couple years ago and got some great shots with it. But since I've been shooting with my Sony, I just don't need that lens. So it's been sitting on the shelf. The other lens I'm looking at right now is my I have a Venus Optics Laowa. Sorry, Chinese company had a weird name. 15mm for my Sony. Now, I bought it kind of a bit of a lark because it's 15mm is pretty damn wide for a full frame camera, and its macro is kind of cool because I like macro photography. I like, you know, able to get really, 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 really close. The thing is, on a 42 megapixel sensor, it's not sharp. It really is not. For video, it's fine. I've shot some videos with it, and it actually works really, really well. It's kind of hard to focus, at least for me. Probably be easier if I had it for this camera. I find with the Sony, because I shoot in 4K, like, the screen gets dark. You can't really see what the hell you're doing. It's a pain in the ass. But for somebody who's, you know, shooting with using an A7S or A7S II, probably a great lens either for video or for shooting stills, because I think 12 megapixel will be good. Not that I'm trying to sell you guys on either of these lenses, because I'm doing on Craigslist, and I don't know if anybody who lives in LA watches this thing. But anyways, so I got those things going up, and one of the things I'm getting rid of currently is one in my Les Paul. I have a great, fantastic, utterly amazing Les Paul, but I just don't play guitar anymore. It's kind of shitty. I probably should be playing guitar, I probably should be playing bass a lot more. But since sort of taking up photography and now video, I just don't have the time to devote to it properly. And having a really spectacular guitar that's not being played, I think it's kind of criminal. So that one's going up. I'll probably throw a few more things up next couple days. See if I can sell a few before I go to South America, just to get them out of here. And then I think when I get back in October, I'm gonna probably do like a bit of a fire sale and a bunch of stuff, just to kind of sort of downsize my life a little bit. Also, if I do end up moving, it'll make moving far easier because I have less shit to deal with. You know, because just I hate moving. Also, the movie front, I still have no idea if that's happening. I talked to my prospective roommate again last week, and she still has no idea what's happening with her life. So I think the bare minimum I'm going to be here probably through December. Is probably the plan. So is what it is. I would love to move. I'm kind of looking for a change, but if I have to wait, a little while longer, that's fine. I'm still looking at potential places outside of California where I want to end up, because I think probably after this next year or so, I'm going to want to move somewhere and buy a house. I'm renting where I'm at now, and I'm just a little too old to be renting, and I kind of want to have some roots, and I'm tired of paying rent. But I'm trying to find like where I want to live. And there's one place I'm looking at out on the East Coast, and I've actually found one building that I'm obsessing over. It's kind of like this 2-story brick building, kind of a apartment thing on top, and a couple shops down below. This pretty much been gutted, but I think it for stupidly cheap. I think it'd be kind of cool, like, build a big apartment, maybe rent one of the places down below and make the other one a studio or something like that, but I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I have a tendency, as you guys probably know from watching these, like, buying this camera, I sort of obsess over little ideas for a little while, and I research them all, a bunch, and so that's like my latest real estate obsession, is like this one cool building in a small town that I've never really visited, but I have one friend who lives there. Okay, apparently I do have something to talk about today. Who knows? Who knew? Tomorrow, though, I am getting my ass up early. I'm going to set an alarm for the first time, like, this entire summer. And I'm going to go somewhere to filming. I think I want to stop by, I think, downtown LA. It'll be really quiet in the morning, but I think it's a cool spot to be kind of cool. Just get some, like, just relaxing, kind of calming shots. I think I might actually head down to the beach tomorrow, too. Do like a loop. Maybe head down to Venice. So I get there around, like, 10-ish before the sun gets too high. And get like some like sort of street photography style video work, just because I haven't really tried that in a while. I want to see how sly I can be with this camera rig, if I can get some good footage. If the audio doesn't suck, because I'm not going to bring out this. I have a really large microphone on the top of this thing, which sort of precludes it from being stealthy. I've noticed that the wind in the mics are actually on the camera with wind are shit. So we'll see how that works out tomorrow. Oh, also another thing, I did the white balance, proper white balance there, so we'll see how this looks. It looks probably a little cold on the lens, but that's just because I'm pale. But I actually have I use my old color checker gray card here, and I'm trying to get a better habit of doing this when I'm filming. I've been eyeballing these things pretty much every day and like doing a little adjusting on the white balance, trying to get it better, but I need to really get the habit of using this thing on a daily basis. I've mentioned this before, that one of the biggest transitions going to video from doing stills for me was I really, like, there's things you have to get right in video. You can't fuck it up. With stills, you have so much leeway in RAW files. The biggest one being the white balance. I don't ever think of fucking white balance. I deal with it later in the fact. I don't care what it looks like on the JPEG, because I don't shoot JPEGs. I shoot RAW files. With video, like, because I'm not using a red camera where I have access to RAW files, I actually have to do this right ahead of time. And when it's off just a little bit, the skin tone looks kind of funky. So I'm really trying to get better about this and getting more accurate about it. Feel free to call me on stuff too, guys. I really do. Not that I want people ragging on me, but I'll take some criticism. Encouragement's always nice too. But yeah, I'm trying to get just overall like a better look to all this stuff. I'm getting kind of a little consistent with like my sort of stylistic look last few weeks. I'm not sure whether I like it or not, but I've noticed I've kind of a similar color palette I've been working with. And it's not necessarily a natural look, for better or for worse. It is kind of a sort of filmish, stylized, maybe quasi Instagram-ish look. I think maybe I need to go at some point really get good at just shooting just something that just looks totally flat, just so I know I can pull it off and then build an ad from there. But right now I'm liking the fact that at least I can make something that looks kind of cool, I guess. I do have a few pie in the sky dreams with this rig about doing some maybe filming a little short film at some point next year, so I can get better doing all this stuff. Anyways, I'm rambling on a little bit. I've been rambling for about 10 minutes, which is probably 9 minutes past when most people stop watching. But I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do some more stuff outside tomorrow. So I'm going to go to the beach, go downtown a little bit. And next week will be really, probably be a morning update, evening update, because I'll be doing leopard stuff all next weekend and stuff packed. With that. So I'm coming to South America, in 10 days, something like that, or 12 days, or 10, I don't know, like a little over a week. I think I might have I have a few people I know on Facebook are down there, kind of the Facebook friend acquaintances. If anyone's down there and it's on one of the days off, you guys want to meet up, shoot me a message. I think we got a day off in Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo maybe. If there's like the day before, if you guys look at the show schedule, there's a show and there's a day before that show. Typically it's a travel day, which fly middle of the day, so you have the evening off that town. I did contact one friend from Seattle who lives down in Buenos Aires today. They're new from Seattle. She lives down there now, and I'm trying to meet up with her if possible. But I would love to go meet some locals and go out and do some fun stuff rather than just sit at the local pub with the with the boys. As much as I love hanging with the crew guys, I want to get a little bit of local flavor. So if anyone has any friends down there, want to meet up, or if you guys are down there and want to meet up, shoot me a message. All right, so that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yada yada yada.